Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Radhanath Swami Niti Namine. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarini. Umajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Mena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitamena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandegam Sri Guru Shiyuta Padakamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavam Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sagitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sakagana Lalita Sri Visakamvitam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpade Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namo Sute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarvyascha Kripa Sindhu Vyayeva Chapatitana Pavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Isvaraha Paramaha Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govindaha Sarva Karana Karanam. Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna. By the causeless mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, we are nicely studying Bhagavad Gita, the most confidential knowledge. So that is Raja Guhyam. In the 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, we are understanding Krishna is teaching us very, very clearly how to perform our duties, all the activities. In the 2nd chapter, in the 47th sloka, Krishna taught us that we have a right to perform our prescribed duty. But how to perform our prescribed duty, Krishna is teaching in the 4th chapter. So we have a right, adhikara. We have the adhikara to Krishna. That means Krishna has given us the authority to do our duty. But Krishna didn't give us any adhikara to claim the results. So that we have to be very, very careful. We need to understand it very carefully. If we try to claim the results, so that means we are stealing. Yo bhungte stena eva saha. That's what Krishna is saying. Those who are just getting everything and enjoying and not giving it back, not offering it back to Krishna, so they are simply stealing it. That's what yo bhungte stena eva saha. So, Kripana Pala Hetavaha. That's what Krishna is saying in another sloka in the 2nd chapter. So, Kripana Pala Hetavaha means, so those who seek the results, they are misers. That's what Krishna is. Normally, we understand miser means somebody who got a lot of money and everything and not spending for anyone. So, even if we claim the results also, so we are misers. Because the results, they don't belong to us. We should not think that whatever we are doing, we are getting the results, it is because of us. Because in the 18th chapter, Krishna is very clearly teaching us that there are 5 factors. Tatraivam sati kartaram atmanam kevalam tuyaga pasyat akrita buddhidvan nasa pasyati durmati. So anyone who thinks that he is the only doer, he is very less intelligent. He is not seeing things as they are. Nasa pasyati, durmati. So, we need to understand for any action to take place, all these 5 factors have to come together. But when we expect the results, or when we claim the results, we have to face the results. That is the main. So face the results means we will be bound by the results. When we don't have any right over the results, when the results are not due to us, that's what in the second chapter itself, Krishna said very clearly that Ma karma pala heturbu. Never consider yourself to be the cause of the results of your activities. Ma karma pala heturbu. Because we are not the cause of the results of the activities. If we think that we are the cause of the results of the activities, so that means we are wrong. That means we have to face the consequences. That's what is happening with all of us in this material world. When we climb the results, when we think that the results belong to us, so then we are actually facing the consequences, effects. So those results are going to bind us. That's it. Lokoyam karma bandhana. That's what. It is going to bind us to work. If we are not after the results, we don't even have to work. We are not even forced to work. Why the modes of nature, why the Rajoguna is forcing us to do? Because we are attached to the results. If we are not attached to the results, we won't feel that force from Maya. If we are not after the results, we are attached only to Krishna, so then we are free. We are not forced. We won't be forced to commit sins if we are not after the results. So every day we have to think carefully what results we are attached to. It's easy for us to find out. It's not at all difficult. So in our activities every day when we do, every day when we are thinking, planning and all such things, we need to really, we need to investigate. We need to find out what results are we are attached to it. Are we attached to any result? If we are, then there is an opportunity for us to give up that attachment. It's easy. It's easy to find out. But there is an alternate way also. That simply get ourselves attached to Krishna all the time. That's it. That means we are not going to get attached to anything in this material world. In fact, that is the only way. It is not even an alternate way. That is the only way. So the one way, what I was explaining earlier, they're trying to find out what results we are attached to. But if we make our life 24/7, fully Krishna conscious, if we want to do everything only for Krishna's satisfaction, so then it's very easy for us to give up all the attachments to everything in this material world. We don't have to be attached to the results at all because we are attached to Krishna. We are remembering Krishna. We are constantly thinking about Krishna. We want to serve Krishna. We want to please Krishna. We understand, we realize, we accept that Krishna is the supreme personality of God. As Arjuna accepted, Arjuna told Krishna that Sarvametat Tritham Manye Yanmam Vadasi Kesava Nagite Bhagavan Vyaktim Vidute Vahana Dhanavalam. So whatever you said, everything I completely accept. Sarvametat Tritham Manye Yanmam Vadasi Kesava. Whatever you spoke, Kesava, whatever you mentioned, everything, Sarvameta Tritam Manye, I completely accept. That's what Arjuna told Krishna. That is the same thing for us also. We have to fully accept what Krishna is teaching in this Bhagavad Gita. Then our life is going to be very easy, very smooth. There is no problem at all. We don't have to struggle. We don't have to suffer. That's what every day we are studying, every day we are discussing. If we simply accept Krishna's instructions, if we simply accept Krishna as the supreme personality of Godhead, so if we simply focus our mind, intelligence, everything on Krishna, so that way if our life becomes fully Krishna conscious, so then there are no issues, no problems. We are going to lead a very, very blissful life. We are going to enjoy, no sufferings. Because our mind is very, very peaceful, because our mind is focused only on Krishna, not on anything else in this material world. Without the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, without having any attachment to Krishna, people in this world, they think that they're so busy, they are very much engaged, they are going after the material things. They think that they are very successful. When people achieve what they want in this material world, they think that they are very successful. But it is really utter failure. We need to understand. The so-called success in this material world, what we think, it is actually utter failure because it's going to bind us to this material world. Each and every success, what we consider success in this material world, when we are attached to material sense objects, we need to realize, we need to understand it is a big problem for us. It's a failure for the individual soul because we are going to be bound very strongly to this material world. So the real success is not focusing our mind on Krishna. The real success is when our mind is no longer disturbed by anything in this material world. That is what is our real success. Whether our mind is stable or not, whether our mind is very, very peaceful or not. So that's a very important question we need to ask. That's where our success lies. If we say that our mind is very, very peaceful, it is not disturbed by anything in this world, so then it's a great success for us. That can be achieved only by Krishna's devotees. Only those who know this Bhagavad Gita knowledge, only who accept Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, only when we connect our mind with Krishna, when we focus our mind on Krishna, so only at that point of time, we will be able to have the complete peace of mind. So we have to do that. Yogi Yunjita Satatam Atmanam Rahasya Stitaka Ekaki Yatha Chittatma Nirasir Aparigraha. So we have to simply focus on Krishna. We have to find a secluded place. We have to find a clean place. Suchaudese Pratistapya Stiram Asanam Atmanagan Atyuchitam Natinisam Chailajana Kusotam. Tatreka ekagram manakritva manasam. So Krishna is teaching us very clearly that manasamyamya machito. That's what is very important. We need to focus our mind on Krishna. Our mind should become very, very steady. It should not be disturbed at all. It should not waver at all. Just like a lamp in a windless place does not waver. Similarly, our mind should not be disturbed at all. Yatha dipo nivatasto nangate sopamasmrita. Yogino yatha chittasya yunjato yogamatmanaga. So that's how we need to focus our chitta, our thoughts, our mind, everything on Krishna, so that it should not be disturbed by anything in this material world. We should not let any material thoughts to enter in our mind. That's what is very important. It comes, the desires come. So the desires come like the rivers are entering into the ocean, but the level of the ocean is always the same. So like that, we need to evaporate all such desires. When it comes, we should not let it stay in our mind. It should immediately get out. We should not even let inside our mind. So that's what is very, very important. So that way, only a person who is able to give up all such desires, so only he's going to get peace of mind. So only how we are going to get peace of mind. So Krishna is teaching us in Bhagavad Gita, how can we get peace of mind? Apuryamanam achala pradishtam samudramapa pravishanti yadvat tadvat kamayam pravisanti sarve sashantim apnoti na kama kami. Only a person who is not disturbed by such desires is going to achieve peace of mind. Sa shantim apnoti. He is going to get peace of mind. Sa shantim apnoti na kama kami. Only a person who is not going after such desires, who is not becoming a victim of such desires. That's what is very important. So our many desires will come into our mind. We may want to do so many things in this material world. We want to achieve so many things, but we need to leave everything to Krishna. We should not be disturbed by those desires, because our mind should be very busy. It should be engaged only in remembering Krishna all the time. So that way there is no time for us to focus our mind on this material world. That's what is happening with us over a period of time with this opportunity to study and understand Bhagavad Gita. We are becoming a pure devotee of Krishna, and we are focusing our mind on Krishna, and we derive great satisfaction and bliss by studying this Bhagavad Gita, by glorifying Krishna, by remembering Krishna. So that way, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and we are able to connect with that Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, who is in our heart as the Super Soul, and who is everywhere. He pervades this entire universe in his unmanifested form. And that Krishna, the Supreme Lord, we are able to connect with him. So we are very fortunate. So that means we are very knowledgeable. So this is the knowledge what we need. So this knowledge only destroys all the darkness of ignorance. We are getting that Bhagavad Gita knowledge, and we are understanding. Now, even in the 4th chapter, Krishna is teaching us how to work, how to act. In the 2nd chapter also, Krishna said that Yogaha karmasu kausalam buddhi yukto jahatiga ube sukruta duskrute tasmat yogaya yujyasva yogaha karmasu kausalam. If we act with intelligence, buddhi yukto jahatiga, in this life itself, we will be able to get ourselves free from both auspicious and inauspicious results. So buddhi yukto jahatiga ube sukruta duskrute tasmat yogaya yujyasva. Therefore, you perform everything, all the activities only for the purpose of yoga. Yogaha karmasu kausalam. Yujyasva yogaha. Yogaya yujyasva yogaha karmasu kausalam. So by knowing the art of performing our duties, do everything only as an offering unto Krishna. So then by Krishna's causeless mercy, our mind will become our best friend, and our intelligence will get very much established. So that's what Krishna is saying, that by my mercy, prasade sarvadukkanam hanirasyopajayate prasanna chetaso hiyasu buddhir pariyavatistade. So that way, when we are able to get Krishna's mercy, so then all our problems, everything is solved. All our problems are solved, and our mind is going to become very peaceful. That means we are going to become the happiest person in this world, Prasannatma. So that's what Prasannatma means, happiest person in this world. And buddhi pariyavatistade. So our intelligence will get very much established. So that's what we need. We need intelligence. We need our mind under our control, being our friend. We should be able to focus our mind only on Krishna all the time, every day, all the time, 24/7. Our mind should be focusing only on Krishna. So that's what is needed. So that is the success. So that is definitely going to happen with this Bhagavad Gita knowledge. There is no doubt about it. Because this Bhagavad Gita is the song of God. It's a spiritual knowledge. It's the time-tested knowledge. And this is the knowledge about ourselves. So we are gaining the knowledge about soul and also super soul. And we are understanding everything what we need. So as I was explaining in the sloka yesterday, that one sloka, that Prakritim Purusham Chaiva Vidyanadi Ubhava. So they are both are always there. So, but Vikarams Gunams Chaiva Vidhi Prakriti Sambhava. But their various interactions and gunas, the 3 modes of material nature, they are formed from Prakriti. So they are not permanent. When we are in the mode of passion, that's not going to be permanent. Or in the mode of ignorance, that's not going to be permanent. But Prakriti is permanent. The soul is permanent. But we don't want to be in this Prakriti permanently, the soul. That's what we need to understand. Even though Prakriti is there, Prakriti cannot be created, cannot be destroyed. That's what the law of conservation of mass and energy, which I explained yesterday. So similarly, the soul is completely spiritual. It cannot be created and it cannot be destroyed. But the 3 modes of material nature are created and destroyed. So they are there. They are all created by the Prakriti. So that's why with the Prakriti Sambhava. So we should not let such modes of nature created for and to control us. That's the important point. So we need to free ourselves from these 3 modes of material nature. So that is possible only by ourselves connecting with Krishna, surrendering unto Krishna, rendering devotional service unto Krishna, by developing that love So when we focus our mind on Krishna, when our life, the purpose of our life is only to please Krishna, so then at that point of time, definitely we are going to free ourselves from the modes of nature. We are not going to be bothered. We are not going to be disturbed. So by Krishna's causeless mercy, we have successfully finished 24 slokas in the 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So in the last 4-5 slokas, we understood very, very clearly, especially from the sloka number 20 to 23, all those 4 slokas, we understood very clearly that how to perform our duties. So, and in this sloka, what we studied yesterday, everything should be done only as an offering unto Krishna. That's what Krishna is teaching us. Everything should be done only for Krishna. So, in the sloka number 23, we studied Krishna is teaching us in the 4th chapter. Gata sangasya muktasya jnanavastita chetasaka yajnaya charataka karma samagram praviliyate. So when we are getting liberation, when all our attachments are gone, so when we are not attached to anything and when we get liberation and when we are situated in knowledge, and then we have to perform all our work, everything only as an offering unto Krishna. At that point of time, we will be able to completely merge in Krishna. So that's why Gata Sangasya Muktasya Jnana Avastita Chetasaka Yajnaya Charataka Karma Samagram Praviliyati. The work of a man who is unattached to the modes of material nature and who is fully situated in transcendental knowledge merges entirely into transcendence. Then in the sloka what we studied yesterday, that everything should be only done as an offering to Brahman, Krishna. So Krishna is the supreme Brahman, Param Brahma. Brahmarpanam Brahmagavir Brahmagnav Brahmanakutam Brahmaiva tena gantavyam Brahma karma samadhina. So we have to do everything so that we can reach Brahman, so that we can reach Brahma Bhuyaya Kalpate. So that's what Krishna is teaching in Bhagavad Gita. In the 14th chapter, in the 18th chapter, Krishna uses the word Brahma Bhuyaya Kalpate. So we will go to Brahman. So we'll go to Krishna's abode. So that's why Brahmaiva tena gantavyam. So we need to reach the spiritual kingdom. So that's what Brahmaiva tena gantavyam. So this Brahma here, Prabhupada himself is translating that that's a spiritual kingdom. So we need to go to Krishna's well. So for that, we need to do all our activities only for Krishna. So that's why Brahma Karma Samadhina. Everything should be done only as an offering unto Krishna. So a person who is fully absorbed in Krishna consciousness is sure to attain the spiritual kingdom because of his full contribution to spiritual activities in which the consummation is absolute and that which is offered is of the same spiritual nature. Then in the next sloka, sloka number 25, what we are studying today in the 4th chapter. In the coming next few slokas, next 6-7 slokas, Krishna is mainly teaching us about different types of yajnas. Devam yeva pare yajnam yoginaha paryupasate brahmagna pare yajnam yajnenaivo pajuvati. So some yogis, so they will worship the demigods. So that's what Devam eva pare. Apare means others. So yajnam yoginaha paryupasati. So we need to understand that even if we worship other demigods and we offer anything to them, we need to understand that that is going to Krishna only. Because the demigods, they take it and go and give it to Krishna. They are Krishna's servants. We need to understand. Everyone is working for Krishna. So that's why here, but with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, when we understand that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, we can, especially this Jnana Yajna, what we are doing. So out of all the Yajnas, this Jnana Yajna, and then japa yajna. So that's what is very important. That means we are able to directly connect ourselves with Krishna. But here Krishna is teaching that some will offer everything through demigods. That's why devam eva apare yajnam yoginaha paripasade brahmagnav apare yajnam yajnena ivopajukvati. So others actually they will in the fire of Brahman. So that's what they will fire of supreme Brahman. Some other offer sacrifices. So some yogis perfectly worship the demigods by offering different sacrifices to them, and some offer sacrifices in the fire of supreme Brahman. So that's what Krishna is teaching here. So by Krishna's causeless mercy, we have successfully finished the sloka number 25 in the 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Now let us chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and focus our mind on the transcendental sound vibration. So we'll chant 2 rounds of mantra, which will roughly take about 15 minutes. Hare Krishna. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Radhanath Swami Niti Namini. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namini. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarini. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnanajana Salakaya Chakshurmilitam Mena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna. If any devotee has any questions, you can use the raise hand option. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Roma Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much for the wonderful class, Guruji. Actually, I had not completed yet the beads jap. So may I do that, Guruji?
Yes, Mataji. And your friend joined a few days ago, Mataji. Her name is
Barkha.
Yeah, Barkha.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
Guruji. Very nice, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
So she was added in the WhatsApp group, Guruji.
Yeah, I added her.
Okay.
I asked her. I got her phone number. Then I included.
Yes, Guruji. Thank you so much, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Sumati Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Thank you for the class, Guruji. Thanks for always reiterating that we have no right to the results and we have only right to doing our duty. And that devotion is the only path. Thank you very much, Guruji. I'm actually driving right now, so I will not be able to talk much. Thank you for the class. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Brinda Jai Singh Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Thank you for the class. So, Guruji, as you said that the material modes of nature are controlling us. So, knowing your own nature, like your own swabhava, we are acting through our swabhava. And the major portion of our actions is in the Rajasic mode.
That is correct, Mataji. Mainly in this material world, especially in earthly planets, Rajoguna is predominant in the middle level planets. This is a middle level planet. Lower level planets, Tamoguna is predominant, and upper level planets, Satoguna is predominant. Yes,
so Krishna asks us to act according to our own swabhava, not anybody else's swabhava.
That is the way Krishna is asking us to act, because we should not be attached to the results. So whatever we are good at it, we should do that. So that's what Krishna is asking us to do. But when we have this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, when we are, whatever we are good at it, but do that for Krishna. So that is the important thing. So when we are doing it for Krishna, even though when we are doing the activities based upon our swabhava, but when we are offering the results to Krishna, so then we are freed from this swabhava. We are freed from the modes of nature. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So
Okay.
whatever swabhava is forcing us to act, whatever modes of nature is acting on us, we don't have to get ourselves attached to the results. So we can offer the results to Krishna. So that way the modes of nature are not going to force us to act. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Guruji. No, but sometimes we are impelled even if we don't want to act. For example, I may not want to eat, some fried stuff or something. But at that moment, the temptation may be so strong and I might overeat. So in spite
Because
of not wanting
the problem is that we have not trained our mind. That is the problem. So our mind is always trained to go after the sense objects. So when our mind is not in our control, so we will become victims. So we are forced to commit sins. So that's why Krishna is teaching us that we need to practice this sadhana. We need to do abhyasa yoga. So we have to control our mind. So asamyatatmana yogo dusprapa iti me madhya. So without controlling the mind, we cannot perform yoga. So we cannot control, be equal all the time. So that's why controlling the mind is very, very important. We have to consciously put efforts to control our mind based on the instructions given by Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. So then these kind of things will not happen. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Guruji. Thank you so much, Guruji, for even a late class. You have taken so much effort.
Yes,
I highly appreciate your punctuality with your own self and for us. Thank you, Guruji. Thank you so much.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Rama. Sureshta Bhi Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guruji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Very nice reiteration of the whole things, not
Yes.
expecting the results. So that is the crux actually. So once you attend to that, and then to achieve that, you have to be always into the Krishna consciousness. So that you will always be into that, and you will not be into the mode of expecting anything.
Yes.
And moment we do offer everything to the Krishna, so likely you are emotionally also into that stage. So that whatever the actions you will do, you will never do something wrong.
That is correct. We will do everything for Krishna based on
Yes.
Bhagavad Gita. In fact, Krishna will not let us to do something wrong.
Exactly, Guruji. Very nice teaching, Guruji. Very nice.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Rama. Hare Krishna. Mahendra Shukla Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Thank you, Guruji. आपका आशीर्वाद. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Rama. Vishnuvardhana Rao Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare. Guruji, Namaste Guruji.
Namaste.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare
Rama Hare Hare. Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Dipesh Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Asha Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Thank you for the wonderful class. Guruji, somewhere you had said that you cannot change your nature or prakriti. So,
yes, Prabhu.
So how do we I mean, it has to come from inside, or how do we improve ourselves as human beings to others?
By getting this knowledge, loving Krishna, when we love Krishna, when we, with that faith and love on Krishna, when we start offering all the results to Krishna, So then we will be doing everything in the right way. Yes, Prabhu. That's what is important. So with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, even though we are having our Swabhava, even though Swabhava is only doing everything, but there is nothing forcing us to get attached to the results. So that we can give up. We can focus on Krishna. We have to simply remember Krishna. So then whatever you are asking will happen, the Krishna's mercy. Because by offering the results to Krishna, then we are freed from Swabhava. Then we are no longer forced to act by this Swabhava. So that way, with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, when we are free to do anything. So at that point of time, Sarvabhuta Hite Rataga, that will automatically happen because we are not after material sense objects. We are not attached to anything in this material world. So we can simply work for the benefit of others, but based on Bhagavad Gita. That is the main thing. We should be always sticking to Bhagavad Gita, always follow Krishna's instructions. So as long as we do that, then Krishna will make sure that we are on the right path. Yes.
So is Swabhava and Prakriti the same?
That is correct. Yes.
Okay.
Swabhava, Prabhavai, Gunai. So Swabhava is from the Gunas. Gunas is from the Prakriti. So that way they are all same. Yes, Prabhu.
Okay.
So
Thank you,
Swabhava
Guruji. Thank
is
you.
each and every individual's own bhava. That's what is called Swabhava.
Bhava.
Swabhava
Okay.
means own bhava. So that's what own nature. So that's what Swabhava, the English translation is that own nature. Each and every individual has its own nature. So we need to attain Krishna's bhava. That's what Madbhava Magataga. Attain my nature. So how we can attain Krishna's nature? By surrendering unto Krishna, by freeing ourselves from our Swabhava, 3 modes of material nature. So when we will attain Krishna's nature, then we will not take another birth in this material world. Yes,
Got it, Guruji. Okay, so your own personal nature can be overcome by focusing on Krishna and thinking about Krishna and chanting, detaching yourself from the results, and
that is correct.
Your own nature will slowly become more like Krishna's nature.
That is correct. That is correct. And Bhagavad Gita will do all the magic in our life. There is no doubt. So we are on the right path. We have to continue this Bhagavad Gita studies and spreading Krishna's message. Then we will definitely achieve that, no doubt.
Thank you, Guruji. Thank you for the wonderful class, and thank you for explaining and keeping us in Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Asha Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Thank you so much, Guruji, for wonderful class.
Yes, Mataji. Krishna's mercy.
Yes, Guruji. The regular Bhagavad Gita class and our follow-up gives us a lot of satisfaction.
Yes, it's helping us. Yes.
A lot of satisfaction, Guruji.
It's Krishna's mercy only, Mataji. Krishna's causeless mercy we are able to continue.
Thank you so much, Guruji, that you are keeping us in Krishna consciousness every day.
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Thank you
Hare
so much,
Krishna.
Guruji. Hare Krishna,
Thank
Hare
you,
Krishna,
Mataji.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna. Jyoti Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Class was really very nice, Guruji. The thing which you told in the class, really, I like that. You told that in this material world means if we get the success, we think that we are a successful person, but that is called that is out of failure. You told, no?
Yes.
That most of us think that if we go higher, if we gain more salary and all, we think that we are going upwards.
That's
actually we are going away from Krishna and we are gaining more money means that makes any sense.
We are getting ourselves bind more into this material world.
And as we gain higher the responsibility, we will be stuck in that circumference, that circumstances only. And we won't get time to think of Krishna only like that. I think, I don't know.
That is exactly true. Yes, Mother. We get people who call themselves very busy in this world. They are going to be busy life after life, coming back to this well, and they are going to be busy all the time only. But a devotee of Krishna is going to go to Golok and enjoy there forever. Yes.
It was very nice, Guruji. Thank you so much, Guruji.
Thank you, Mataji. It's
Hare
Krishna's
Krishna.
mercy. We are on the right path. Krishna will make sure that we'll go to him, no doubt. Yes, ma'am.
Dhanyawada, Guruji.
Hare Krishna. Palniyappan Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Today's teaching is also very interesting. That is, Krishna has given power to do our duty. At the same time, he has not given power to enjoy the results.
Yeah. Power to climb the even Krishna has given us the power to enjoy by remembering him actually. But Krishna has not given the authority to climb the results.
Yeah, very.
We have to enjoy with Krishna. We have to enjoy with Krishna.
Yes, we cannot climb the results. That is a very important thing.
It is a very important thing. Yes.
Yes. We have to practice. That is, then only we will be able to.
Then only it will come. Then only it will come. Only with the knowledge we need to practice. There is no doubt.
Yes. That's a very interesting thing to hear again, even though you have told even previously many times.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, every time reiterating helps us to remember all the time. Yes. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yeah. Thank you, Guru.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Gayatri Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna.
Hare
Wonderful class.
Krishna's mercy.
Wonderful class, Guruji. So different people worship different God. So today's class is the takeaway. But everything, the Supreme God.
That is correct. With the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, we don't have to follow all these different paths. We can directly surrender unto Krishna, do everything for him.
Whatever God we worship, Krishna is supreme. Nice takeaway.
That
nice
is the thing.
explanation.
That is the thing. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you for remembering us. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Rama. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Manoranjan Sahu Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
Very nice description. Really, we are lucky and respect. Every day you are inculcating in your mind this knowledge, the Swava, Prakriti, Guna, differentiate very nicely you have presented. It is a need of the hour. This person or human being, how to get released from this the Swava, Prakriti, right way. How can you adopt our lifestyle? What could be our mindset? So attitude to develop. We have nicely presented and also free from the material and connect with the transcendental knowledge. So how we are connected every day, you are fortunate, you are lucky. This is a real happiness lies in that, nothing else in this world. By saying this is not enough. And Prabhupada has rendered a great service for us. And how I feel the sincere devotees of ISKCON, how they are sincere in spreading the message of Gita, how they are dedicated. I see all are Prabhupadas in the form of the devotees. When I see any devotee, I see how this Prabhupada is present here. We are fortunate. Really. What would be the situation had it not been the Prabhupada or this organization?
Yes.
The God has nicely, Krishna has sent him to save us from this kind of destruction, this material world, suffering, miseries. They are eternal bliss you will get. You are getting regular. We are Saspat Anandam, Chirantan Anandam. By attending this class, Guruji, you are taking all pain, any kind of problems, any material I think you don't forget all these things. Only concerned with Lord Krishna. So thank you, Guruji. Pranam, Guruji. Satatanamat.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Let us listen to Srila Prabhupada's Kirtan. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna.